Hey guys, welcome back to We Watched a Movie. I am Mike, and this is 10 amazing Valentine's Day horror movie kills based on movies that take place during the Valentine's Day holiday. There are a lot more. These are just 10 that specifically stood out to me as I've been doing my holiday watching. It's been a fun time. But speaking of Valentine's Day and fun, I want to thank today's sponsor, Tantaley. Look, I have a lot of friends who are single, and I hear some horror stories, like all sorts of just wacko stuff that happens out there, and it's hard, especially at this age, especially around a time like Valentine's Day. But this Valentine's Day, there's no reason to take out some psycho nut bar from Tinder and spend money on dinner and go through all this just to find out that, her baby daddy's getting out of prison tomorrow and they're going to get back together, but actually he's here right now on the porch. There's no need for you to go through any of that. You can have fun with Tantaley, and specifically 12% off courtesy of us with code WHAM right now on their website. Have yourself a great time. I don't recommend feeding it, but whatever you want to do with them, that's up to you in the secrecy of your own home. And by the way, they are very, very thoughtful and discreet with the packaging, so you don't have to worry about that. This is all about you. You alone, the lights down, the lights on. Do whatever you want with it, really. I mean, whatever you want. Do whatever you want with it right now at Tantaley using our code WHAM for 12% off. You're welcome. So in no particular order, let's start out with the thing that your brain immediately goes to when you think Valentine's Day horror movies, and that's My Bloody Valentine, 1981. This lady thinks she's gonna do it with a minor, and she's all turned on by his tubes and hoses. And there's a lot of heavy breathing, heavy petting, and Ken Kniff from Connecticut type of shit going on between these two before he pushes slowly upon the heart tattoo. I want a heart tattoo. It's a great Joyce Manor song if you like pop punk music, but he pushes it down and impales it slowly. It's just a gnarly, you can see it like pushing through. There was so much impalement going on in the 80s. They really had their fingers in and on that impaling type stuff. My second kill also comes from My Bloody Valentine 1981, and this is a part of some uncut footage that wasn't featured in the original film. And you can always tell when the film does this because the footage gets really grainy. And this dude, Happy, oh my lordy, this guy was annoying as hell anyways, and he kept playing peekaboo with this prank that he had set up for the kids. And the final time he opens it, it's actually the minor. It's actually Harry Warden, and he sticks the pickaxe through his neck hole and through his eye hole, and look at this dangler hanging out. It's nasty. It's so nasty, but the practical effects on that are glorious. And that is the difference between this moment and this movie and the kills that you got in My Bloody Valentine 3D. Sure, it's fun, but yeah, way too much computerized stuff. Hey Thor, what's up, dude? I saw you. Don't you be plotting on me, boy. My number 3 kill is going to come from a movie called Valentine. I just did a deep dive into this, so check that out. Really had fun doing it, for sure. It's a fun 90s slasher movie. It feels like Scream, even though they didn't want it to. They wanted it to feel more like an 80s movie. It still has that vibe to it, for sure. But I have 2 kills from this movie. Number 1 is going to be the death of Denise Richards. Now, I was bummed to see her character go. She was one of my favorites. She was actually really good in the movie, and she's all jacked up and ripped. But the killer with its Valentine's mask comes out, throws her in the hot tub, face first into the hot tub, and then there's a struggle. He puts the top down on top of it, traps her inside of it, and he goes and gets the drill, this huge drill, and starts drilling holes in it and attacking her with it. And then just the lighting in this scene, the setup of the scene, a movie that doesn't have barely any gore in it whatsoever. Then he picks up the top to the hot tub, looks at his power drill, and does the Will Ferrell, this burrito's delicious, but it is filling, and just throws it right in there, electrocuting her and killing Denise Richards. It's a great scene. It's an awesome scene. You know what? Now this is going to happen. So my next kill also comes from Valentine. Again, it's crazy because it's a film with very little gore in it, but it had 2 very inventive kills in it that made it make this list. And this one is the hot iron to your face kill. This guy is in Kate's bedroom and he's trying on her panties, as you do when you go in someone's bedroom. But the killer catches him in the act doing this, like the sick Oscar De La Hoya fuck that he is, and the killer takes a hot iron and presses it against his face before picking it up and, as I said in the video, taking back Sunday, swinging the mic and beating the hell out of him with the iron. An awful way to die. Awful way to die. Well deserved death. Next up, I have, listen, this movie is absolute gutter trash, all right? I'll be the first. It's almost unwatchable. But there's this movie called Cupid that's a Valentine's Day slasher, and it's actually like Cupid, but it's like this fucked up skeleton version of Cupid that actually flies and shit. It's weird. It's crazy. I really think they should remake this movie. Honest to God. I think they should remake this movie and make the movie around it good, because I think the character's kind of freaky. Freaks me out. And 2 really inventive death scenes in this. You know, I'll say there's 3 great death scenes in this. The one that I'm not including here because it was sort of Black Christmassy. There's a kill where he takes a heart cutter, like a a cookie shaped cutter, and puts it into this girl's back while he's killing her. Takes out heart shaped chunks of her skin and then cooks it and feeds it to her dumbass friends who are like, it tastes like chicken. It's a great scene. That's not even on the top 3 of these. The next 2 are specifically Valentine's Day kills, and very well thought out, actually, in a terrible movie that looks like it was recorded with a Fisher-Price camera from 1992. Anyway, there's one kill where he kills the girl by taking a dozen roses. I don't know how many exactly they were. He takes these thick-ass roses and he chokes her with the the asparagus end of the roses, chokes her with them. Look at me. What am I doing right now? What a fucking idiot I am. Chokes her with it, and it rips through her throat on the other end. It's nasty, and it's like, I mean, with the roses hanging out of her mouth, perfect Valentine's Day kill. It's amazing. And this next one I thought was going to be stupid as hell, but it is the Valentine's Day card kill. It starts out dumb as hell because skeleton fuck here is throwing Valentine's cards at this girl's back like he's fucking Gambit, you know? And it's so stupid. But then when the kill happens and he goes up and takes the card, I hate paper cuts. Paper cuts make me, God, I hate paper cuts. They just, it's like when you rub your nails against carpet or think about tripping and hitting your teeth on the end of a concrete pool. That's how I feel about the thought of paper cuts. So anyways, takes the Valentine's Day card and slits a throat using the paper of the Valentine's Day card. I don't like it, and I move to strike. But yeah, awful movie, I get it, but those are some inventive kills. You got to give it up for that. Next up, X-Ray. It's a hospital massacre in the movie X-Ray, and it takes place on Valentine's Day as well. This movie is, you know what? It's not for the faint of heart. It is wild. I mean, there's a kill in here, for instance, when he kills a doctor and he melts his face, and just the sounds that the killer is making. It's just like Black Christmas phone calls on Adderall. It's wild. This guy's off the fucking reservation, psycho, scary. But the kill I chose for this, there's again 2 in this movie as well. The main kill is this scene, just because the image of this guy running down a hallway, holding a sheet up over his face, running towards his victim is the scariest what dreams may fuck thing I've ever seen in my life. That shit's scary, man. I don't want anybody to ever do that. And the noises that he's making, and just the way that this whole film feels grimy as hell. And then when he catches her, he injects this gigantic syringe into her. You want me to stick this into my heart? Like from the rock scene right into her, killing her. That is some scary shit to me. Maybe it shouldn't be, but that creeps me out. Like, why are you even doing that? That guy's fucking crazy. Anyways, the other kill is his own personal death, just because this looks awesome. Normally when they do something like this, it's like with a dummy and it looks terrible and you can see it, but there's something really realistic about the way this killer dies. You have what happens here, and then he's set ablaze, if you will, and thrown off the roof. Just listen to the sound this makes. Yeah, that was cool. That was cool as shit, and that guy deserved it. He did some fucked up shit in this movie. So, next, and I want to give anybody who hasn't seen the movie the chance to leave now, although I will say both kills I'm going to talk about were in the trailer. So, if you've seen the trailer for Hard Eyes, more specifically, if you've seen Hard Eyes, you're fine. or the trailer for Hard Eyes, you're fine. But 2 more kills. Like, it wasn't my favorite movie. I didn't like it nearly as much as everybody else did, but there were 2 kills that cannot be ignored here as far as Valentine's Day horror goes. And one is the death of the hippies in the van. Kills the dude, and there's this long sex scene that takes place. You don't see it, you just hear it. But he takes a tire iron. Is that what it's called? The 4-way thing? Shoves it down the dude's hole, his mouth hole, that is. And not the Tannely holes we're talking about. But shoves it in his mouth hole and then takes her and Hadoukens her face onto it as well. Great double kill. But then when he pulls the head back up, the hole in the back of her throat, the camera zooms out and you see their face. Now, this is something that took place in Hellraiser 3. It's also a shot that took place more famously in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2003, the remake. So it's not exactly the most inventive shot ever, but the tire iron Jason-like genius of that scene right there mixed with that awesome shot of the hole. And really, they were dumb shit fuck faces for putting that in the trailer. What a waste. So the other kill from Hard Eyes, it comes in, I won't say when it happens for anybody who hasn't seen it, but there's a photographer taking pictures with a long camera lens, and it's just a quick, fast kill, but it's pretty fucking cool. Heck, Hard Eyes comes up and shoves the gigantic machete through the lens, and you see it go into his eye, and it's gnarly. It's gnarly. I'm gonna cross my T's and dot my lowercase j's later. It's a cool kill. So there you have it. That's my 10 personal favorite top 10 Valentine's Day horror movie kills, but I'm assured to be missing something that you guys think is great. So please let me know what would you have included in this list that I haven't included here. And don't forget, you can get 12% off from Tannely in the link down below. And we will see you guys so soon. Make sure you click the subscribe button and all that stuff so you get all your horror movie updates from us as well as our upcoming live streams. It's going to be a blast in the pants, in the pantaloons. Love your fucking faces. You guys have a great day.